She thought her cat just liked soft fabric. But every time she left a hoodie on the chair or pajamas on the bed, he chose that over every other comfortable spot in the room. It took her a while to realize he was not choosing fabric first. He was choosing the part of her that stayed behind after she left. If your cat keeps sleeping on your clothes, stop calling it a comfort thing. Yes, the fabric may be soft. Yes, it may still hold warmth. But that is usually not the deepest reason they keep coming back. What looks like a small, ordinary cat habit may actually be one of the clearest signs that your presence matters to your cat more than you realize. And this is exactly where most owners misread it. They see a shirt on the bed or a hoodie on the chair and assume the cat simply picked the coziest option. But your clothes are not neutral objects to your cat. They carry your scent, your routine, and the emotional trace of you still being here even when you are not physically in front of them. So when your cat curls up on them, they may not just be getting comfortable. They may be choosing the version of you that still feels available. Because for many cats, your scent does more than feel familiar. It regulates them. It tells them the territory is known, the bond is intact, and the person they are attached to still belongs to this space. That is why this behavior can mean much more than, "This sweater is cozy." It can mean, "This smells like safety." And once you see that, the whole habit stops looking random. It starts looking like attachment. The first layer is scent. Humans walk into a room and notice light, temperature, furniture, or mess. Cats walk into a room and notice what still smells the same, what changed, who has been here, and what still feels emotionally familiar. That matters because your clothes hold one of the strongest scent signatures in the house. Not just detergent, not just perfume. You. Your skin, your body chemistry, the invisible trace of your day. And to your cat, that trace is meaningful. Cats do not only bond through direct contact, they also bond through repeated scent familiarity. That is part of why rubbing, cheek marking, and returning to the same sleeping spots matters so much. Smell helps a cat keep the emotional map of home stable. So when your cat sleeps on your clothes, they are often choosing the strongest available version of you when your actual body is not there. That is not shallow. That is attachment in a language cats deeply trust. And this becomes even clearer when your cat ignores softer places, but still chooses the shirt you just wore, the hoodie you left behind, or the pajamas that smell most like your evening routine. At that point, comfort is only part of the story. The second layer is emotional continuity. This is the part most people miss. Your cat does not use home only as physical territory. They also use it as emotional territory. They build expectations around where you are, how the room feels when you are present, what the house smells like after you leave, and which traces of you still make the environment feel stable. Your clothes hold that continuity. They tell your cat, "My person was just here. Their presence still belongs in this room. The bond did not disappear." And for some cats, that matters far more than owners realize. Especially indoor cats, especially sensitive cats, especially cats who are not clingy in obvious ways, but still build their inner sense of safety around your rhythm. That is why this behavior often becomes stronger when you have been gone longer, when your routine shifts, or when the house feels off. Your cat is not always trying to possess your clothes. Sometimes they are trying to stay connected to the feeling of you. And that is a much more intimate explanation than "cats like laundry." By the way, where does your cat do this most often? On freshly worn clothes? On pajamas? On laundry near the bed? Or on a hoodie left in your usual spot? That detail actually says a lot about whether your cat is seeking your scent, your sleep routine, or the place that feels most like shared closeness. The third layer is safety. Cats do not fully relax in places that feel meaningless. Even their nap spots usually reflect visibility, predictability, warmth, routine, or trust. So when your cat repeatedly chooses your clothes, it often means those items are helping rest feel safer. That is why the behavior can look especially emotional when your cat kneads on your sweater, circles on your hoodie before lying down, or presses their face into your shirt before settling. Those details matter. because they show the cat is not just landing somewhere random. They are using the object as reassurance. Your scent makes the space feel more readable, more familiar, more emotionally safe. And that becomes especially powerful when you are not there. In a way, your clothes can become the quietest version of your presence. Not the moving version, not the unpredictable version, just the safe trace of you left behind in the territory. For many cats, that is deeply soothing. And that is why owners sometimes misread the moment. They see fur on the clothes, move the item, or brush the behavior off as a nuisance. But sometimes what looks small and ordinary is one of your cat's quietest acts of attachment. Not loud affection, not dramatic affection, but real. And here's the deeper truth. When your cat sleeps on your clothes, they may not just be saying, "I like this fabric." They may be saying, "I feel better when some version of you stays near me." That is what makes this behavior more than comfort. Because comfort can come from many places. A blanket can be soft. A chair can be warm. A bed can be quiet. But your clothes carry something most other resting spots do not. The emotional residue of shared life. Your cat has watched you move through the home in them, sit down in them, sleep in them, leave in them, return in them. So when they lie on them, they are not just choosing fabric. They are choosing familiarity, memory, and connection. That is also why this habit can show up strongly in cats who are not highly demonstrative in direct ways. A cat who rarely sits on your lap may still sleep on your laundry. A cat who is selective about touch may still curl up on your sweatshirt. A cat who looks independent may still use your scent when they want to feel safe enough to rest. So if your cat sleeps on your clothes, do not reduce it to softness, do not reduce it to laziness, and do not reduce it to a funny little quirk. Look at the deeper possibility. Your cat may be using your scent to stay close to your presence, calm their nervous system, and keep the bond feeling physically real even when you are not right there. And that is a much more intimate message than most owners ever stop to notice. If you want to better understand what your cat is really trying to tell you about trust, love, and safety, subscribe to the channel. And in the comments, tell me what your cat chooses most often. Your hoodie, your bedclothes, your laundry pile, or something else that smells the most like you.